Welcome, welcome. Dr. Stephen Hobbs here from the Wealth Movement, sharing some questions that you can ask about co-creating the well-living workplace. Now, these are 10 questions, and they're in random order that I will ask people to stimulate their thinking about co-creating the well-living workplace. And by no means are they exhaustive and cover all the different elements that are associated with the well-living workplace. But they're a great place to start, and I thought that I would share them with you today. And I would encourage you, each time I ask the question, I'll provide just a little bit more of an explanation, but maybe you could stop the video and just sort of think about what is your response at that point in time. So let's get going. First question is, what can we improve, focus, and strengthen about our organization of work? It's a great question because it speaks to the ifs of your organization of work. You're going about your day-to-day operations, your day-to-day use of strategy. What do you need to improve, focus, and strengthen? Question number 2, can we count on each other to execute the plan, to deliver the products, services, and experiences? This speaks to about the alignment of working together, and that there is trust and truth and transparency apparent in the relationships and the arrangement of the work. Number 3, are we working in ways that we enjoy what we do and do what we enjoy? And this is more of a personal question because you have to take stock of where you are on a personal basis. Am I enjoying what I'm doing, and do I enjoy it enough to keep it going? Number 4, are the systems and processes we're using aligned with the direction and story of working together? Yes, there's a connection between systems and processes and direction and story. They sort of like two ends of a stick, and knowing how they fit together is important because the direction and story suggest the processes and systems. And when you look at the processes and systems you set in motion, do they match up with the direction and story that you're working from? Number 5, are the measures we use aligned with our agreed upon standards and practices? We've heard many times is that what you measure gets done. And if we're measuring something, we must be measuring it against standards and acceptable, agreed upon practices. So is that alignment still there for you? If you are out of alignment, is it the measure or is it the standard and or practice? Number 6, are we using formative and summative evaluation to our advantage? The formative evaluation or continuous evaluation helps you form up the work that's being done. If you use it to your advantage, you are getting great feed forward that you can continue to use on a day-to-day basis. Also, the summative evaluation gives you a sense of when you are hitting some kind of benchmarks. And sometimes it's where you're going through the drive-throughs where, I'm sort of saying, okay, this is a place where what we need to do is just take a little bit of a rest and summarize where we are with things. Number 7, of the work that is before each of us, is it about priority or procrastination? It's a great question. It's similar to when you're in business and as an entrepreneur, you're getting going. One of the questions is, are you in business or in busyness? Similar to this notion of, are you working on what's a priority or are you in procrastination mode? So think about that one and see where that takes you. Question number 8, does your performance identify you as a bottleneck or battleneck? Of the work that you're doing, the organization of your work, the actual performance of it, you could be placing yourself in a position of bottleneck, of squeezing something and slowing stuff down versus flowing through what it is that is needed. But you could also become a bottleneck, and that might be more about your character and about your feelings and what's happening and how you might be blocking people. Number 9, are you competent to naturally educate others even if they do not report to you. There's an important element here of being able to share what it is you know. It goes to the phrase, when you listen, you learn, where you share, you educate. And there's many places in which you are sharing, in meetings, on the shop floor, with your customers, when you're talking to other executives, other managers, other leaders, other employees. Whenever you are sharing ideas, you are sharing them, you are educating, and are you doing it from a place of being natural? It's a great question to ask yourself. Number 10, can you share the story and direction of the work in the words of those that you work with? Again, if you just stop and think here for a second, hang on. Are the words that I'm using about sharing my story and direction of the organizational work, my organizational work, my understanding of the organizational work, does it make sense to the others that I'm working with? Because you may be using a completely different language, I'm thinking here managers and leaders, than what the employees are sharing with each other. So again, words matter, and take a look at what's being said, what's being shared. With that, those are the 10 questions that I offer to you. Again, they're not exhaustive, but they are a great place to start. Another way to move forward is to purchase the online course on creating the well-living workplace and dig into the 10 dimensions of the well-living workplace. And that can be found at wealthmovement.com/organizational-health. So with that, listen again to the 10 questions and maybe do it in a couple of days from now, because you might have different answers. So with that, take care.